So it looks as though we're right at 12 noon, at least according to my computer clock. Let me welcome you. My name is May Brown, and I serve as the president for our association. Let me welcome you to our Coffee with the Board. I see some familiar faces out there and some that I don't recognize, but let me welcome all of you to this opportunity to meet the Retirement Association Board. We're delighted that for those of you who are new joining this Zoom, we thank you for coming. And for all of you, those faces I recognize, we again thank you so very, very much for coming to this session. I served on the campus. My initial goal was to stay for 5 years. But those of you who know me know that 40 years later, I finally decided to leave the university, retire, travel for a bit, and then in 2018, I believe it was, came back and became an active member of the board. And it's been an exciting opportunity. I'm just delighted to have been arm twisted by Suzanne to come and become much more active. And this has been very, very rewarding to me. I served as the Assistant Vice Chancellor for Enrollment Services for the campus, the overseeing admissions, financial aid registrar, those areas that were responsible for undergraduate student enrollment. Very, very great opportunity to interact with parents and students and all kinds of people, including legislators and faculty and others who were interested in university. So I will tell you, though I stayed much longer than I anticipated, it was a great, great experience for me. As you know, the Retirement Association provides educational and entertainment programming, representation of your views to the university, administration, foster the enjoyment of new, continued, and renewed friendships among members, and to provide a connection to campus life for retirees, which stimulates participation in activities. If you were on earlier, you saw the slide deck where you know that we are the largest retirement association in the UC system, more than 2,500 members, offering more than 250 programs every year. And so our goal, especially as members of the program committee, is to make sure that we're providing those activities, programs, enrichment opportunities that really meet your needs. And that's our primary goal. So we always love hearing from you. If there's something that you think is missing, talk with us about it, or talk with Suzanne, and we'll see, because this year's programming, for the last several years, the programming committee has really endeavored to look at opportunities that we thought our members would enjoy. So we do appreciate your feedback. There are lots of ways in which you can find out additional information about the Retirement Association. Of course, our website we're excited about, and I know that Suzanne will put that in the web and the chat box. If you have not had a chance to look at the website, it's very, very informative. Of course, for the many activities and programs that we offer, we have the RSVP tool that allows you to sign up for the many programs and educational opportunities that are available. That's an easy way to do it. I tell you, you just click and you have everything right there at your fingertips. And one of our most exciting program development, and this is, has come about because of Suzanne and her team, is the RA YouTube channel. I'm always impressed every time I go into the channel to look at the types of programming, program opportunities are available. It's just amazing. Currently, there are more than 120 programs out there, with 18,000 views. And so one of the things that we have found that if there is a ray, a silver lining during the past 2 years, is that we've been able to reach so many more retirees, and you support us by coming to the Zoom meetings. We know eventually we will go back to having in-person opportunities. But what we found with the establishment of the YouTube channel is that people who missed that initial program can go back and take a look at it, because we have all of the videos online. And that's what accounts for the more than 18,000 views. We're reaching a much broader population of retirees, and we're excited about that. We expect that this program will continue to grow, whether we are in person or a hybrid model, whether it's in person or Zoom or on Zoom. It's a wonderful way to expand our reach to serve a much broader population of retirees. And so we're just excited about those changes. Of course, you know that we have a pretty modest fee, $30 single and $40 for couples to join the association. If you have not already joined, it's a great time to take a look at it, because for the amount of money you pay, to be exposed to the many opportunities that are available for you as retirees, it just feels good to know that at your fingertips, and you can continue your campus involvement. So I really would like to thank you for coming to our Meet the Board session today. And our goal is to have you meet as members of the board, and also answer any questions that you might have that surface during this hour that we have together. So I think I can now turn it over to Matt Xavier, who is our Vice President. Matt?
Hello, can everybody hear me?
Yes. We
Okay,
can't
great.
see you though.
No, fine.
We'd love to see you.
I know. You don't want to see me right now. I'm in a rest stop in Buttonwillow on the 5.
Oh, gotcha. So that's one of the things you can do via Zoom, is you can travel and still
Yes.
Zoom in. Yeah.
Rest stops are fun to see. I'd like to see that rest stop.
Yeah, it's very interesting. It's got the usual drinks and snacks kiosk, and it's got plenty of spaces in the bathrooms, and it's green. It's all green. So
Matt, are you still with us? Well, Matt's, oh, there you go, Matt.
Yeah.
We
I'm
lost
here.
you there for a second.
Oh, sorry. Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you. Yeah, so my name is Matt Xavier, and I'm the Vice President of the Retirement Association. I worked at UC San Diego and Office of the President for a total of 36 years, doing a variety of roles. Some of the things I did, I worked in the university centers, which is the Price Center and Student Center. I was the marketing and programs manager there for many years. Then I worked in institutional research, which of course was a great experience. I worked on campus population studies, faculty workload, and the economic impact report. Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. Sorry. I retired in 2019 and set about going into different volunteer activities. I became a docent for Torrey Pines State Reserve. So if anybody would like a nature walk in Torrey Pines, just shoot me an email, and I'll be glad to take you out. Right now it's beautiful. The spring bloom is happening, and it's very colorful there. I'm also the treasurer for the faculty club on campus, and a member of the Mycological Society, because I'm crazy about mushrooms. And of course, I'm involved in, and my favorite activity, of course, is the Retirement Association. So what I really want to talk about, for those that know much, and we dedicate to volunteers that work on the program committee who help develop programs for retirees, and they fall into really 7 categories. It includes gardening series, food demos, the archaeology and history series. We have educational seminars, which if you haven't been to, are great. The faculty lecture series, and then we have neighborhood walks, and a series called Discovering UCSD. So I think the educational series are really great. If you haven't had a chance to sign up, you can do it through the association website, but they cover topics such as Social Security, long-term care insurance, trusts and wills, Medicare, things like that, very practical things that you'll need as a retiree. We just had in the archaeology and history series a great seminar by Professor Tom Levy. He does underwater archaeology, and he's currently excavating a site in Greece, and his talk was fascinating. We're going to have another lecture on May 19th about immigrants in ancient Greece, and that's going to be by Professor Denise Demetrio, again on May 19th. In the Discovering UCSD series, so that series really basically is what's taking place, what are the new things that are happening on campus. And as you know, campus is still growing. 7th College now is being constructed on Revelle. For the next Discovering UCSD series, we're going to have a peer tour at Scripps on May 26th. So if you've never been on the pier, it's pretty cool. I highly recommend it. We also have, I just did this for the first time, the neighborhood walks. These usually are led by a retiree, and they'll take you on a tour through one of the neighborhoods in San Diego. We had Gail Liu take us on a walk on Barrio Logan, and I learned so much. It was so fascinating to check it out. The next session for the neighborhood walks is May 12th, and it's going to be in Mission Hill. So if you're interested in Mission Hills and learning about it, sign up. For the, let's see, the faculty lecture series. So Dr. David Jordan, who is an anthropologist historian, is going to do a lecture on Taiwan, the history of Taiwan. And of course, this is very timely given that Taiwan is under the bullseye of the Chinese government. And it's going to be a very interesting lecture. The food demos are great. Sue Dreyer, who's on our programming committee, on April 1st is going to do a session on Cajun specialties. So if you like Cajun food, like I do, please sign up. So that's a quick overview of our programs. And for those that haven't joined the association, I highly recommend it. You'll get your $30 back in no time. Okay?
All right, thank you, Matt. Travel safely as you are en route. We don't expect you to be on Zoom the whole time, I don't think, but thank you for that update. You know, one of the things so travel safely. One of the things that I failed to mention is why some of my favorite parts of the Retirement Association. Clearly, the many workshops that Matt talked about are just quite, especially a number of the faculty lectures, and I've learned so much as a result of participating in the workshop. Also, there's an opportunity to serve as a mentor for our outstanding students. The Chancellor Scholars are just an incredibly talented group of young people. And so that also is a rewarding aspect of being a part of the Retirement Association. And you'll continue to hear other ways in which, if you're not a member, it's a great opportunity to think about becoming a member. Let me now turn it over to Aquila Luke, who's in charge of our volunteer efforts. Aquila.
Good afternoon, everyone. Aquila Luke here. I retired from UCSD in 2015. I served for many years as the director of the Employment Assistance Program in HR, and prior to that, in counseling and psychological services many years before that. Before retirement, I joined the Retirement Association because I knew what a great deal it was. While working with the EAP, we did some workshops in connection with the Retirement Association on strategies for retirement. We had a 3-part series. So I got a chance to see people who had made the decision to retire and joined our workshops and enjoyed themselves. And I also got to work closely with Suzanne and her staff, and they were such an active, I mean, nobody can describe the energy and the passion that Suzanne has and her team. So I enjoyed working with them, and I took the choice of joining on an annual basis, because before you're retired, you can't join except on an annual basis. And then after I retired, I took the lifetime membership. So it's been worth it. So I'm currently serving on the board as a volunteer, on the volunteer committee. And before COVID, I would talk to you passionately about our going over and volunteering with the International Center. We would sponsor one of the meals, and we would, in addition, we would go over and serve the meal. And it was such a wonderful thing to serve with the students and to see the students, and also to listen to lectures about a particular part of the world. Whatever the series, the food and the lecture dovetail with the geography. So this was a lovely program that we participated in. But since COVID, we're not able to do that. However, the volunteer committee continues to be a strong component of the Retirement Association. I think it's Donna Mulcahy, who's one of the drivers of the NICU knitting program that we have. And there are hats and blankets that are knitted by a number of people for the NICU. And so people are knitting around the clock, and this is an ongoing program. So if you're a knitter, join in with the knitting project and get those caps and blankets for the young babies. We also do Marines Toys for Tots, and that's a seasonal activity. And we completed that in December. And then we do a food drive with the San Diego Food Bank, and that has been completed. We have gently hugged donations for young children, and that's going on. And Anne is spearheading that. If you take a generally used baby item over to the retirement, I think you can take it over to the office, and then Ann Skinner will take those donations to the site where they can be given out. There is a Fiesta Island Cleanup Day for April, and that's going to be 9 to noon. That'll be April 16th. So that gives you an opportunity to show up in person and help with the Fiesta Island cleanup. And I think that's done annually. I think I got a message from Suzanne about the International Cafe. She says we will be hosting the International Cafe again live as soon as campus transitions back. That is so lovely. I had so many people who are willing to volunteer for that time and time again. As I said, it's a lovely thing to do. And May, our president already mentioned that you will have an opportunity as a member of the Retirement Association to volunteer to help the students at Price School when they have their exhibitions. You can be a judge with that, or you can help the scholars with their interviewing process. And so that's taking place during February, March, and April, where you can sit with a scholar and help them practice their interviewing. And then with the Price School, their senior exhibitions will be in late May. And if you join, you will get the newsletters and you will see all sorts of information about that. And then another thing that used to happen in person was the supporting the Retirement Association's administration by going in to help with the mailings. Right now, I think that's on hold, because I don't know that are we doing it? I don't think we're doing, we're using the mail. I think we're using email. So correct me if I'm wrong. And the donations for the Gently Hug clothing, you can call the Retirement Association or email to arrange those, to get those baby items to the RRC. And Suzanne has just informed me that no, the mailings that used to be done in person are all electronic now. But that was one of the big volunteer activities we had. So that gives you kind of a quick overview of the kinds of things that the volunteers do for the campus and for the community. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Aquila. Appreciate that. And following Aquila is Donna McCahey. And she will talk about the Chancellor Scholars program and the excitement of being a part of that wonderful program. Donna?
Hi.
One of my favorites.
Hi, I'm Donna Mulcahy, and I am a member of the Retirement Association board, and I'm also on the program committee. So I really enjoy a lot of the programs, and we invite you to come and enjoy the ones that are on Zoom and the walks that are in person now. I really love all of the activities that we do. I retired from UCSD after 25 and a half years of service in 2014. And I retired after 15 years in staff education and development. And I also worked in a number of other areas on campus, including Scripps Institution of Oceanography and the purchasing office at the time and administrative computing. And in those jobs, I met a lot of really talented and incredible people. And a lot of them are retirees now, and you've met some of them already. And so I just want you to know that you're gonna still have the opportunities to meet more and really talented and interesting people through the Retirement Association, through the events, through the programs. And I just really want to encourage you to join and do all those things. It's a really wonderful organization. As May mentioned, I want to also talk about the Chancellor Scholars program, because in addition to 25 years of service as an employee, I'm also a UCSD alum with a degree from your college in linguistics. And one of the most important days of my life was the day that I got that acceptance letter from UCSD saying that I was accepted to be an undergraduate student. And oh, by the way, we are giving you this thing called a Chancellor Scholarship. And I didn't know what any of that meant, but I do remember distinctly thinking, oh, good, I'm going to UCSD. It really made a dream of mine able to be fulfilled. Without the scholarship and the financial support that I got from UCSD, I certainly wouldn't be here today. My life would have been a lot different. I'm so grateful for the opportunity that I had. So about 7 years ago, when Suzanne mentioned to me that there's this program called the Chancellor Scholars program, and it dawned on me that, wow, I was a Chancellor Scholar. They didn't have a program like they have now. The program was started by the Maritime Association, and there is now a group that are called the Maritime Mentors. And I do want to invite you to participate, like May and Aquila mentioned, in some of the activities that are for the Chancellor Scholars. You don't have to be a member of the program to do some of them. But if you are interested in becoming a mentor, do talk to Suzanne, because not all of the mentors, like myself, are emeriti anymore. So when I started being a mentor 7 years ago, there weren't very many people that were mentors that had any computer background. And I spent my entire career in the computer business. And so I became mentor to some computer science undergrads. And now we have people from outside the campus that are mentors. And now we have some computer science and some engineers, but we also have the need for other people as mentors. Not all of UCSD students are STEM majors. We have theater people. We have Gail Liu as our pharmacist, and we have students from all walks of life who need a mentor. And it doesn't even necessarily have to be in your field. One of the most successful mentorships I've had in the last few years was a young woman who is not in the computer science field. So I do want to tell you a little bit about the Chancellor Scholars, and that is that there's two really prestigious scholarships at the University of California. The Regents Scholarship, which is strictly based on academic merit, and that's really, really high up there. And then the next level is Chancellor Scholarship. So you can see that, I hope you understand that these students are way, way up there in their academic achievement, but also in their need for financial support. And I will tell you that most of our students are first generation to attend college in their families. And most of them come from third and fourth quartile schools, which means that their schools are in the bottom 20, 30, 40% of high schools in California. And yet these students rose to the top. They were the valedictorians in their class. They got incredible test scores back when they had to submit test scores. And these students are very, very worthy of those scholarships and of your time. So I can't speak highly enough of them. They are really enriching to your life. And in all of my volunteer years, time over the years, I've always said that I certainly get more out of it than I give. So that's my spill on the Chancellor Scholars. I think really the program as it exists now is a 2-year program for the students. And then there's also, in addition to that, there's the Chancellor Scholars, Advanced Chancellor Scholars, that is basically a group for the scholars when they are in their junior and senior year to continue to participate with the Chancellor Scholars program. So it's excellent program all around. I do want to just put in a little plug for the knitting, like was already mentioned. I knit hats for the NICU. I'm always got needles in my hand at all of the meetings, everyone can tell you. So if you are interested in getting started knitting hats for NICU babies are tiny. Think of, NICU nurses once told me, think of lemons, oranges, and grapefruit. And that's how big the hats need to be. Some of them are very, very tiny when they're born. So if you want to get started, contact me or contact Suzanne and she can put you in touch with me. They take an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours to make. They're a great thing to do, just sitting in front of the television and just keep knitting. If you're a knitter and you want to get started doing that volunteer opportunity, I can't tell you enough. I've knit hundreds of hats. So I want to thank May for running this so lovely, and I'll answer your questions later.
Thank you so very much, Donna. And as my colleagues know, I don't know how to knit. I don't really cook. So those, and I'm half of a good gardener, at least if it's at my house. But that's when you have to know where your skills and talents are. So I know I don't step into anything that I don't know what to do and how to do it. So I'm just happy that so many of our board members are involved in some of these activities. Let me just take a quick second to talk about CUCRA. CUCRA is the Council of University of California Retirees Association, and its counter organization is on the faculty side of the Emeriti Crucia. These two organizations, I tell you, are our voices in a number of different ways, but especially with the Office of the President. So they tackle so many big issues. And if any of you have tried to interact with RAS, you know that there have been challenges there. So clearly these organizations, both CUCRA and Crucia, are on top of really taking those concerns to the Office of the President, especially things that happen with the prescription drug issue, with that change, with some of the concerns where there are not people were not being as responsive as they could be when you called RASC. And so these representatives are responsible for making sure that we are aware of what some of the issues are of our retirees. And on the faculty side is Dr. Powell, and I represent our organization on the retiree side. But such issues as the Joint Benefit Committee, looking at our benefits and making sure that when there are issues that are out there, that they are aware of those. And Suzanne, would you continue for me, or Matt? I have a water problem. So let me just go answer the door quickly. I'll be right back. Suzanne or Matt, continue with Crucia.
Yes, all right, so I'm
Sorry.
jumping in. While May is away for just a moment, why don't we open it up for any questions? We've thrown a lot at you so far. Is there anyone online with us who has a question for us?
This is Deanna. I got a question on the the lifetime membership.
Yes.
She had mentioned that you're not eligible for that until you retire, which my plan is for next year. And how much is the lifetime one?
The lifetime membership for a single is $300 and for a couple $400.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much.
All right, you bet. And that's definitely the way to go, because if you look at it, it's that annualized rate for 10 years. And, you know, most people that retire have a good 30, 40 years left in the tank. So you're paying for 10 and getting the rest for free.
My wife and I are both have lifetime retiree membership. It's a great deal, you know.
Wonderful. Hey, James, while we're waiting for May to come back, why don't you say hello and introduce yourself as a board member?
Hello, everyone. My name is James Colbert. This is my second year as a board member. I'm a professor emeritus and the founding associate dean for the Skaggs School of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences school. I've been a licensed pharmacist for the last 40 years. And I have had a 50-year love affair with the University of California, starting as a young undergrad at Berkeley, going on to San Francisco as a professional and graduate student, coming down to San Diego at the UCSD Medical Center as a staff and clinical pharmacist, and then ending up my time at the campus where I served as a faculty member and a academic administrator. It's been quite a run these last 50 years with UC. One of my favorite things about being involved with the RA Association is the work that they do with student mentorship. Everything from working with students on interviewing activities to a lot of other issues. I also like the faculty lecture series, which I think is extraordinary and extremely diverse. You know, they have discussions on anything that you could possibly think about. We have that level of expertise here in our organization. I only expected to be in San Diego for 2 years. You know, for those of you who are from the Gilligan Island generation, you know how things are supposed to be for a 2-hour tour. Well, I was only supposed to be here for 2 years, and 39 years later, I'm still here. And with no real thoughts about leaving and going back to the Bay Area, which is where I was originally from. So, you know, I really encourage you to get involved, to learn more about some of the things that we do. I think it's a great deal, and I think you'll have a great time as you if you get involved.
Terrific. Thank you so much. May I see your back? We'll pass it back to you.
I am. I'm so sorry. With the
No
rain
worries.
came a window leak. So I'm telling you, what can I tell you? Thank you for filling in for me. The guy got locked out. So anyhow, I think we got it resolved. I was talking about Kukra and the kind of advocacy that they do on behalf of retirees. And it's everything from issues that might occur in RAS, where we actually met with the new vice president to talk about some of those concerns, issues in and around the prescription drug change that occurred and some of the challenges that others have had. We've had an opportunity to meet with the chief investment officer and hear from that individual what they're doing in terms of managing retirement, our retirement funds. And so it's a great advocacy group, both on the faculty side and the retiree side. So the upcoming meeting is virtual. Again, a number of our meetings have been since over the last 2 years. It's taking place at UC Irvine. And so we do have materials. You can go online and register for the meeting. You will find it really productive, I think, to find out a little bit more about how the group advocates on our behalf. So it's been great serving and learning what other UC campuses are doing. And I would like to just take this opportunity to plug our organization, because we have been one of the most progressive of the retirement associations in the system. And especially with the implementation of our YouTube channel, where a number of campuses are beginning to look at that we were able to fully pivot during this 2-year period to continue to serve our membership. And we'd love to hear any feedback that you have. Okay, now, Gail, would you introduce yourself and tell us about the neighborhood walks?
Thank you, May, and hello, everyone. Welcome to our meeting, and we enjoy seeing new members. We really enjoy seeing the old members. And my name is Gail Liu, and I am a retired pharmacist from UCSD Medical Center. I worked primarily at Hillcrest, where I met James and Ann Skinner and so many other healthcare science members. I worked there for 30 years. I became a pharmacy resident, and I managed at UCSD, and that brought me from the Bay Area down to Southern California. And again, like James, I thought I was going to only be here for a couple of years. And here I am from 1987 till now, being in San Diego and enjoying everything this area has to offer. I primarily worked at the critical care areas of Hillcrest and ended my career working with the perioperative staff, including the nurses, anesthesiologists, and surgeons. And let me tell you, that was quite the undertaking there. But I retired in 2018, and I immediately joined the Retirement Association and met all these wonderful people from the campus. So the Retirement Association is a perfect marriage between the UCSD campus faculty and staff, the Scripps oceanography staff and members, and the UCSD healthcare science members. So if you want a menage a trois between, or yeah, menage a trio between the three, this is a perfect place to meet everyone. I mean, the Scripps people are fantastic members. They've offered so much to the association, and you might even get a private tour when that is allowed to the Birch Aquarium. And one of our members, H.J. Walker, is a fish specialist, and he gave us a behind the scenes tour, and that was fascinating. So enough of that. I want to talk about the benefits that you can get with being a member of the Retirement Association. And one of the things that attracted me was email forwarding, and that is number one on the benefits list, but that is minor compared to all the other benefits that you will get when you are a member. Not only does the association provide a social network of these three wonderful organizations, but joining the Retirement Association, you get, pardon me? You get a UCSD ID card, and that little card gets you in to so many other things that you didn't have an idea that it would get you in there. One of them is experiences at the campus, like the library. It allows you to get on the shuttle so that you don't have to worry about finding parking at the campus. You can take advantage of your parking if you your parking benefits, and just hop on the shuttle, and you can go anywhere on the shuttle without even taking the blue line, the new trolley blue line. You can take advantage of the discounts that the UCSD ID card gives you. If you present your UCSD ID card at the box office window of the La Jolla Symphony, the La Jolla Playhouse, you will get a discount. You will also get a discount if you present your ID card at the Price Center box office. Now, Suzanne, I'm not sure if the hours are different during the pandemic or currently, but the Price Center box office will get you discounted tickets to the San Diego Zoo, Legoland, and SeaWorld. They will tell you what the price discount will be. And you get movie passes from AMC as well. And there's one more movie theater that I can't remember. But anyway, along with the discounts to these wonderful entertainment areas are the educational and faculty series that everyone else has talked about. The educational series ranges from our healthcare benefits, financial investments, photography, the cooking demos, the book clubs. The array is listed on the UCSD Retirement Association events list. The faculty series, we have our emeriti and current professors discussing and giving thought-provoking lectures. And Dr. McCutcheon, who is lined up all the faculty series, has done a wonderful job. The interest groups, like I said, book club, our program series that Matt earlier talked about, they have been wonderful, and you have a choice of either going online on Zoom or joining us on in-person events. And I know a few of you have done that. Fran, you're here. You can tell everyone what our neighborhood walks have been. You've really enjoyed those. And last but not least, there are some travel discounts and deals there. So that sums up some of the benefits that being a UCSD Retirement Association member is all about. So if you have any questions, we will save them for at the end of this program. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Gail. And Gail reminded me of one of the other exciting aspects of being a part of this retirement association, and that is to meet and work with colleagues across our campus, from Scripps to the health sciences to general campus. And I had not done that prior to my involvement with the Retirement Association. So that's another thing that was just so great. And it's so great. And then I failed to mention that if you want to join the meeting for Kukra and Kusea, those dates are April 27th and 28th. And if you go to the website, you will see the time for all of those meetings. So again, great opportunity to get inside and see what the organization is doing for us as retirees. And Anne,
Yes.
can you share with us
Okay,
information about yourself and the association and the programs that
Good.
you cover?
I will wrap up the tail end here. I'm Ann Skinner, and I'm currently the treasurer on the RA board, and also double hats, the immediate past president. So I've been with the Retirement Association for 4 years and served as its president, vice president, immediate past president, and now treasurer. So not only do you get to join, but you get to really jump in there and take part with all of the different activities. I came after I retired in 2014. I had been working about 37 years with UCSD. Primarily, my role was Chief of Human Resources for the UCSD Medical Center, and did that for close to 17, 18 years, and then left the Medical Center to come to the East Campus to establish the Patient Experience Department as we were preparing to open Sulpizio. So after that, I retired and joined the Retirement Association, and I haven't stopped since. Everybody has mentioned a lot of wonderful things that the Retirement Association does. However, there's just two things I want to mention, is that there are the activities that we have with the food demo series and the neighborhood walks. Those are all membership produced and delivered. So, I mean, they were an invention of members, and members are the ones that produce it, and members are the ones that you're going to see on those walks. The food demos are phenomenal. Hopefully one day soon we will get back to having them in person, because that was a lot of fun when you could taste everything, not just drool and watch your screen. But even with that, we have had some wonderful presentations. The last one we had was Gail gave us some P.F. Chang's lettuce wraps, which were awesome. And we have Sue Dreyer coming up with some Cajun specialties. And then we have some super summer salads coming in May. The good thing too about the YouTube channel, because these are recorded, is that you can rewatch them in case you didn't quite get how to do that part or what exactly the ingredient was. You can watch it again. So it's wonderful. You can have a whole mini cookbook right on your screen. And of course, the neighborhood walks have been phenomenal. We have gone to incredible places. I think Matt mentioned the Barrio Logan tour. We did Christmas Card Lane at the holidays. We did North Park, Art Beer and Coffee. And we have some coming up on Chula Vista in April, and that date will be announced. And then the historic Mission Hills is going to be the one that we wrap up this academic year with. So in addition to all of the things you've heard and all of the benefits, please note that these activities are born from the members themselves and board members, and new ideas are always coming up. So keep an eye on that, and we hope you really do join for life, because it is a good deal, and I think you'll enjoy yourself. So that's it for me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Anne. And while I was attending to my leaking window, you may have done this already, in that if there are any other board members who would like to share anything before we begin to wrap up. I know I see Gary, I saw HJ. Are there any other board members that would like to share any thoughts as we begin to come to the end of our time together?
I think everybody's kind of said the same things, but I sure agree. And I can't wait till we get back in person more. I've really enjoyed the photo group. We don't have that many members, but we really enjoy what we're doing with that. So that's excellent. And I like the walks and the hikes. The garden information is really good. I got inspired by that and put in a 100-gallon tank, and as of this morning I've cycled about 800 gallons of water through it. So that makes me feel a lot better to be harvesting that water instead of using city water, because I eat a lot of things out of my garden. But yeah, I think everybody else covered things pretty well. Looking forward to the next year in person.
Okay, and Nancy, did we miss you, or did I miss you while I was running?
I agree with what Gary said. Everybody's described what the RA board is about. I'm a newcomer to the board. I'm entering my second year and serve on the program committee.
Okay, thank you. And I see Diana out there.
Yes, I'm here too. So I'm Diana Olson. I was at UCSD for 23 years in risk management. And then I joined the Retirement Association after I retired. But I attended lots of the programs to help me retire, which was really great. Now it's really enjoyable to attend all these Zoom presentations. And the board's been wonderful to be part of for the last 9 months, just to help in decision-making for future program and lots more. And I ditto everything everybody else has said, and thank you.
Thank you so much, Diana. As you can see, it's a labor of love. Some of us have been around for a while. Oh, there's a hand, Fran.
Yes, hi. I just wanted, for Donna, for the volunteer committee, I wanted to let her know I have a full bag of beautiful onesies that I purchased at this Discovery Shop in Point Loma. And I have another whole bag of blankets. And I was involved years ago with a gal who went to nursing homes and had competitions who could knit the most lap throws or whatever they needed. It gave the nursing home residents a reason to get up in the morning, and they loved the competition. And it was a wonderful program. So I didn't know if that could be a consideration someday. And I also enjoyed driving around the Cupra volunteers when they were in town, when they would have their conferences here. I honored them so much. Thank you.
Fran, did you like our neighborhood walks? I know you participated in a lot of them.
Almost everyone.
And the one that's coming up
my city.
On the 14th. Oh, sorry, Fran.
I know my city like the back of my hand, but I didn't know all the new items that I learned every single time. Thank you.
And the April 14th in 3rd Avenue in Chula Vista will be the next one coming up. And then I think the Mission Hills one. So again, it's a great opportunity to get outside, interact with other retirees, and see a new part of the city. So let's see, have I missed anyone? Thank you so much, Fran. One of the things that I am really delighted to see is that just because I don't have those talents, there are wonderful people out there who are knitters, who cook, who garden, who do all of those great things, and we continue to contribute. So I'm still trying to find my niche. I hope it doesn't take 40 years as it did at UCSD, but it's a great organization. Let me just open it up. We have about 6 minutes, I think. Any other comments? Anything else that folks would like to share? Good to see you, Peter. Any questions that you have? I would just mention
real quickly before you recognize Sue, you said Peter was on the call with us. I just want to remind everybody that we actually have 2 organizations like this at UCSD. One is the UCSD Retirement Association, which is open to both retired staff and faculty, but there is also the UCSD Maritime Association, and we will be doing a similar event for them. And Peter is actually the incoming vice president and program chair of that group. So stay tuned. You'll have an opportunity to come and hear what the Emeriti does in the near future. Excuse me interrupting. Go ahead,
I was
Sue.
very happy to
ahead,
join
Peter.
today and listen to hear what everybody does so that I can sort out what the different organizations do. Thanks very much. I was very impressed by all the range of things that go on. They sound very exciting.
Well, it's so good to see you again, Peter. It's been a while. So great
Nice
to see you.
May.
Sue, gosh, I haven't seen you in years, Sue.
Now, how is it that you all who have been retired for a long time look younger than you did back 20 years ago when I knew you? I'm still here in the trenches, deep down, way low in the staff trenches. Thinking of 15 months, but who's counting? And I really appreciate hearing how great the organization is, that I wasn't aware of everything you do. And it's just another kind of carrot in front of me, you know, besides the obvious retiring, that something to look forward to, and to see that other people have made it out and they're doing well. Some days, weeks, months here on campus lately, it's been pretty tough. If they bring out yet another system that they want us to learn, but then they tell us, oh yeah, this didn't work at the other UC campus either. They didn't work out the bugs before they brought it here. Anyway, so again, I appreciate all you, and I'm looking forward to joining the Retirement Association in 15 months or so.
Let me just briefly mention that the year you're going to retire, if you're going out in June, you want to join the prior December, because you're basically going to get from December to June for free, because we count when you come in from December through June, we count the expiration date of the following year. So you would get 18 months for the price of the first year.
See what you're looking forward to, Sue? Sue and I worked together many years ago. It's good to see you. Any other comments, questions, concerns?
No.
Pat has her hand up.
Pat.
Hello, May. That was my main intention here, was to say hi to you.
Pat,
May and I worked together for, 18, 20 years at Thurgood Marshall.
Yep.
As Sue. And Sue, I wanted to tell you that I joined the retirement. Actually, I was one of the original starters of the Retirement Association back in the 70s. So I've been a member that long. And you ought to think about joining right now. Anyway, May, I just wanted to say hi, and you guys are doing a great job. And unfortunately, I'm so blasted busy with so much other stuff, I haven't been able to get involved, but I really do want to. Every time you do one of these walks, I keep looking at them and saying, yes, I want to do that. And somehow something else comes up. But anyway, keep up the good work, guys.
Well, it's so good to see you, Pat. My goodness, I missed you during this period. We did work together for a long time. My goodness. Did I see another hand? Well,
Pat,
Suzanne, what do you think?
Yeah.
I can once again thank all of you for spending this hour with us. We want to be conscious of your time. Thank you for all the board members who participated and shared your experiences and your program with new potential members. And thank you all of you who decided to attend. We are here to make sure that we can continue to develop programs and activities that meet your needs. And we can do that by hearing from you. And so just don't hesitate to reach out via email or to Suzanne, or I think most of us have UCSD addresses. Let us know if there's something that you think of that you think would like us to investigate and follow up. So again, thank you so much. Thank you for bearing with me while I had that interruption, and enjoy the rest of your day. Suzanne, do you have anything else for the good?
No, we're good.
Okay, well, thank you, everyone. Thank you for coming. Take care. Have a
Thanks,
great one.
everyone.
You.
All righty.
All right, nice to see
Bye-bye.
everyone.
Yeah.
All right, bye-bye.